Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence. Today we're going to take a look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Amazon exclusive Tumbler. And this is a big beefy machine. It is already open. This is not mine. If you do remember, these things went up on pre-order for $75, Amazon exclusive. They got pushed back like 2 months. No rhyme or reason, no word on it. And I actually ended up canceling mine, but Greg got his. And I quickly messed around and looked at it, and I'm going to say, man, I'm a little pissed off that I canceled it. Now, they were $75. Now they're running $100 on Amazon. We're going to take a look at it. We're going to open it up here. We're going to look at all the detail that it has. Again, it was a $75 item. It is not packed with a lot of detail like some of the other vehicles. But there is something very special and something I really like about it. And like I said, I'm kicking myself for not getting it at that price. But anyway, we're going to take a look at it. We're going to look at the detail. We're going to take a look and see about if I drop a gridiron weapon on it, if it's something possible, something plausible that we could do. Hell, maybe Gridiron will make something for it, because I also have the actual black version. But I still think a lot of people with the black Tumbler, they're going to use that as the Batmobile. This one here just really matches a G.I. Joe aesthetic pretty nicely. But anyway, let's get into this. But before we do, if you like this type of stuff, you like when I give you stuff that you go, hey, this is not what you normally do, take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, then hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop something like this. Now let's take a look at this thing. Alright, so here it is. It does come with this extra piece that has what is supposed to be rockets. Again, very low grade with what it is. But if you get some paint, you can do a little bit of detail, make everything look a little bit nicer. But let's just quickly look at it. And again, this is supposed to be from the Batman movie. Not the Batman, but the Batman Begins. And we all remember the Tumbler when they show it off, how it looked, and then they asked if it comes in black. Obviously, this would not work for a Batmobile, but for a desert vehicle for G.I. Joe, it is absolutely, it looks awesome. All right, so clear, you can see it is just this plain plastic. Feels decent. It has a nice smooth texture, which I like more than if it's a rumbly texture, because again, vehicles aren't like, have all kinds of texture. They're supposed to be smooth. You get the camouflage that just kind of offsets it, but there's also this nice wear. All right, and even though the wear is only around the creases, and you can figure out why, it's going to be it's lower cost in the paint, it actually looks pretty good. It's not like it's just straight across. So just adding this, it really makes it look worn. You got some detail here on the flaps. Now nothing actually moves, all right, but you do have the hydraulics to make it look like it's supposed to. Same with over here. All right, yeah, up on top. Here you have the exhaust of where the engine is going to be, with the exhaust for the engine. Obviously, the engine's supposed to be underneath here. I can't say I understand fully the flaps here. They don't move. Everything is static. And here you obviously have a spoiler slash flaps right there. It does have a window here. Technically, you can see through it, but it is so dark that there is no way to see through these three windows. All right. Here you have some air vents. Again, you can see all the just kind of the designs, all the little wear and tear on it, which again, I think it really offsets it. It does have rubber tires. All right. They're not super thick, a lot like the Vanguard. And like I said, that's perfectly fine. I don't need super soft ones. Nothing on the inside. All right. So it's, you can just tell that it's there, but because it's so dark, it doesn't really cause a problem. Not really anything on those rims. When you look at these rims, a little bit of paint will really make this thing pop. We have the rear end, which had the big 4 tires. Now these tires are connected, and again, they are also rubber. You have the nice jet engine, and again, a little bit of wash, a little bit of color on this might make it really pop. Everything looks really cool on it, not gonna lie. All right. Now we come over to this side, because what it does come is with this missile launching bay. All right, and as you can see, not too much to it, just the same paint across it. But you're not going to feel bad if you decide to paint this. But what we do have here is this piece here, and this pops up and can rotate out. Then you kind of pop it down and it stays where it's supposed to. It can do a full 360. All right, but it just kind of pops down into place where it needs to be. All right, and then on it, it has like 2 blasters. It's just hollow underneath it, so not a big deal. But it does have 2 little cannons on it. But if we want to drop some missiles on it, it goes somewhere like this. It notches in. And I feel like I have completely screwed something up, because I know I've already done this. It somehow I've messed up. Oh yeah, this piece comes off. All right, so that just goes to here. I knew I did it. I knew something was wrong. So now if you want to have it make it look like it has missiles, it's actually pretty cool. And again, take a little bit of paint. You can either make this black, maybe silver, depending on what you want to do. I think you can really do a lot to make it pop, but it does have some really nice detail for something that was originally $75. And again, I will post a link to it on Amazon. They are running for $100. They actually were hitting $125 when they went back up. So, all right. I'm not really sure what the teeth are here. All right, you can look at the tires quickly. It does have some nice detail, and these things do roll really well. Like, shockingly, it rolls really well. We have the lights right on the inside here. All right, again, a little bit of paint will really pop that. Back to this, I don't remember what this is. Like, why it's supposed to grab something, grab rope. I don't fully remember. All right, so you do have a little button here. It pops open. As you can see, I have Desert Snake Eyes and Dusty. The color with Desert Snake Eyes really matches pretty well. Now, to be 100% honest, they're a little big. The seat's a little big. You really notice it in Dusty because he has to sit so far up. Snake Eyes, not so much. I'm going to try and get in here so I can show you the detail. Just kind of pop Dusty out of here. Have his gun over here. Then we'll take Snake Eyes out also. Now let's take this off just quickly. And maybe I can show you the inside a little bit better. Because the detail is actually not bad. Alright? So, they gave it an actual computer screen, which is nice. It's not just left all blank. By the feel of it, it looks like it is just some sort of sticker that goes on top of it. Here's like the gear shifter. The seats are just super flat. Nothing, nothing really to be excited about. And then even if you get in here, there is some decal right in there, and they're just stickers again. Right up there. There's nothing up on the top one. But right down here, oops, they do have some. You can see that, and then obviously on the computer screen. The handles, there's only so much. There's not a whole lot to it. Alright. Nice big wheels there. But this is a hell of a vehicle for what was $75. And I am kind of kicking myself that I didn't get it. It feels really sturdy. Where even $100, I don't think it's an awful awful price. You have a windshield wiper. This definitely would need to be painted just so it kind of pops a little bit. All right. So let's compare it to show you the size of this thing. All right. This is the HasLab His Tank. And you can tell that thing is a beefy boy, and it actually looks formidable. It looks like it's some sort of military vehicle. The His Tank does seem a little bit longer, but the width of this, especially with the low center of gravity because of how low it is, I think it looks really, really good. So I'm gonna move our His Tank over here and kind of show off what I was trying to talk about. All right, so I'm gonna pop this piece off right here. Comes off real easy. And then we're gonna throw this thing right back on here. All right, now we have this gridiron gun. All right, I do have a link for it. I have a review on it if you're interested. Then you need the base piece here. Now, there's a hole here. It is a little, it's way too big. All right, but if you were to drill a small hole right through down the middle there, that's the same size, this thing would connect. All right. So if we look here, you can see that it just kind of sticks up just a little bit. You might have to trim this off. I'm not sure if that would really matter. But you'd be able to pop this down if you drill the small hole. And then we slide this on here. And then you would have, it's not going to set up there properly. But then you would have what looks way more formidable with this somewhat of a minigun, I guess you could say. But all in all, man, I gotta say, this thing is really nice. I regret not getting it at $75, but just kind of playing with it here. I do apologize. I am all over here knocking things around. But you guys know what you came for. You came to see what I'm actually talking about. So if you had it on here, again, this thing would look pretty damn badass. And it doesn't really offset it all that much. You got the Javelin rocket. So this is that McFarlane Tumbler that everyone was waiting on. That they took their sweet old time. But just looking at all that detail on it. And all the wear. And it's only around the certain spots. Oops. Only around certain spots. It does need some paint, and again, I don't think people will be too upset if you spent $75 or even $100 on this to take a little bit of paint to it. The bottom of it, there's not really anything. They don't have any detail. Which maybe this wouldn't have been the worst thing because they do kind of launch. So, at least the other Tumbler. All right. All right, so there you go. That is the, again, McFarlane Amazon exclusive Tumbler. And I gotta say, for what, again, was $75, it doesn't have a whole bunch of detail. But it feels actually pretty solid. I don't think you can get the wheels off just by the way the metal rivets are actually holding it on. So I don't think you take it off. I'm sure there's always a way to, but they are nice. It's rubber. It does roll, which is really good. That piece, every time you touch it, it's going to pop right off. But I do like the way it pops up. Unfortunately, with the detail on the inside here, without this thing coming up all the way or even off, you can't really see all the detail. But being able to drop on one of the guns or the fake missiles is actually pretty cool. And it ratchets So there you go. If you're interested, I will drop a link to Amazon to get this. Again, hopefully they get some more. I think it's a pretty good vehicle, to be 100% honest. It's really cool looking, especially for, you have Dusty and Snake Eyes, or if you need something to take on his tank, or maybe your Stinger, or your Gridiron Studios, now APC, or so many vehicles that they're giving us. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for sticking around this long. You have stuck around, so please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop something like this. Now, don't go anywhere. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave something up here that you're really going to like, because it's going to be vehicle based, and down here will be a playlist of all the G.I. Joe stuff that I've done. Take care.